Alright, here we are. The game that I am comfortable with, that does not have any horror in it. In terms of, chase sequences, that kind of horror. I can deal with whatever Final Fantasy XIV sends my way. I can deal with it. Alright, so what I'm thinking of doing, let's make this a chill stream. I'm gonna pick up all the crafting and gathering classes. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I kind of power leveled my miner, so there's a few quests to do with miner. And then I was gonna go around to pick up all the other classes, and that means I can start making equipment for myself, which would be really great. Also turn-ins for company seals. Oh, standing with the Immortal Flames now trusted. Heck yes. Look at that. We are trusted. Yeah, and then I can make my own equipment and then turn them in for company seals, which will increase the rank for the free company, and that should be good, I think. Alright, let's do the mining quest. Ah, there she is, the rising star of the Miners Guild. I don't be like that, I'm only teasing, which is not to say that it isn't true. The fact is, you've been working tirelessly and you've improved more quickly than I could have hoped. Indeed, I think you're ready to handle a task in the name of the guild. By the way, I did look ahead for the miner quests and already mined the items I need for these quests, so I should just basically be running around doing whatever point A, point B, and then when she's like, hey, you need to mine this, I'll be like, here you go. So I think we should be all good. As you probably know, we receive orders from various parties, but most come from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. The concern actually owns this hall, but they've kindly given us the loan of it. In return, they get first pick of guild talent to work their mines. On occasion, they send requests for us to procure less widely used minerals, commodities required in quantities too small to warrant anything beyond an ad hoc arrangement. One such request happens to have arrived just now, and I want you to take care of it, Goof. This time, the concern needs 10 pieces of obsidian, and I'd like you to procure them. You have the best luck searching around the hammers in Western Thanalin. Did it! Remember, it's 10 pieces of obsidian we need. Alright, well, I got you 10 pieces. Ooh, this is some fine obsidian. The concern will be well pleased. In case you're wondering, the spoils of your labor are bound for the Colosseum. I'm told there's to be an exhibition featuring ancient arms. One of these is the Makuadal, if I pronounced that right, I don't know how. A wooden sword with shards of obsidian embedded in its edge. Before man learned to work metal, he used various kinds of stone to craft blades for his weapons. Obsidian was among the most coveted thanks to the razor-sharp edge it could achieve. These days, of course, blades are commonly forged of steel, and obsidian has fallen out of favor. But there are still folk out there willing to pay a good coin for it nevertheless. As an ambitious young miner, you do well to pay attention to such customers. Make the effort to stay abreast of demand, and your efforts will be more richly rewarded. You continue to impress with your progress, Goof. It's past time you learned how to use a sledgehammer. I already am using it. I really needed all these tools. I spent quite a bit of money gearing up my miner. I needed to get miner up, so one of my retainers, I gave her the job as a miner, because what you want is a retainer that is like a battle one, and then one that is a gathering one. So I did that, but my miner was like level 10, and their max level for a retainer can only be what your max level is, or your current level. So I went hard on leveling miner so my retainer can do more things, hopefully. We'll see. It's a secondary tool we use in conjunction with the pickaxe. Thus equipped, you'll be able to break break outcrops of bedrock and get to the precious minerals within. Well, what are you waiting for? Go and find a rocky outcrop and give that sledgehammer of yours a swing. I do not have these. I'll take them. Alright, it's time for the next one. Goof, I've been searching high and low for you. You have a visitor, and no ordinary one at that. I speak of Deep Canyon, vice foreman of Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It seems word of your sizable haul of obsidian has reached his ears, and now he wishes to meet with you. I can only speculate as to his intentions, I'm afraid. We haven't spoken much of late. Truth be told, I've scarcely seen him. You never know it, but we used to be close. Anyway, I suggest you go and see the man. Find out what he wants of you. He's waiting by the entrance. Okay, cool. I don't have to, go very far. Hello, Deep Canyon. You must be Goof the Goofanader. I've been waiting for you. I'm Deep Canyon, vice foreman of the concern. Must say, you're not what I was expecting. I was sure Adalbelcher's newest protege would be an Alamegan, like every other miner this place produces these days. But I'll wager you're from even farther afield, and that you're an adventurer. No offense, but in these parts, adventurers are known for being fickle buggers who break pledges like the rest of us break bread. Truth be told, I've always wondered whether you lot are actually good for Ul'dah. It seems you're not like the others. It takes more than a job in miner to deliver on an order from the concern. I have a mind to assign you work. Real work. But before I do, I'm obliged to test you. I want you to procure 10 ounces of cinnabar for me. Do this, and we'll talk about more lucrative undertakings. Of course, a bit of cinnabar shouldn't pose much trouble for the guild's rising star. Just but a formality. And speaking of formalities, be sure to tell the guildmaster about your little test. She's the one in charge around here, after all. I won't have it said that I'm undermining her authority. Alright, well, I will give her the cinnabar that I collected earlier today. A test from Deep Canyon, you say? I thought as much. In case you don't know, cinnabar is the mineral used to make quicksilver. It's found in certain types of rock, and you invariably need a sledgehammer to get at it. Now, I don't mean to dampen your spirits, but contrary to what you were told, excuse me, cinnabar isn't easy to find. In fact, it's known to elude even experienced miners. What? It wasn't that hard to find? It was in my gathering book? Hello? The node just had it? Adalberta, what? Okay. We could just chalk it up to having the echo. Having the power of the echo, we're just amazing, I guess? And here you are, tasked with procuring 10 ounces of the stuff. Safe to say, this test is no mere formality. I may not be able to help you dig, but I can point you in the right direction. Search just outside the Sunrise Gate. Rocky outcrops thereabouts are known to yield cinnabar. 10 ounces may sound like nothing, but take it from me. You'll have to work for every one. This is a big task, Goof, but I believe you're equal to it. I did have to upgrade my equipment so I could have higher percentages of gathering items. I think I had to do it for this one. I want 10 ounces of cinnabar and not one less. Oh, make it quick. I've got other commissions that I want seeing to. Well, full amount. Congratulations, Goof, you passed the test. Seems you got even more potential than I've been led to believe. This guild's no place for a lass of your talent. I make you my personal assistant, but sadly for you, the position's not open to adventurers. Why? Because the concern only employs those whose roots are firmly planted in Ul'dah. Our nation owes much of its prosperity to the mining trade. More and more we see outsiders growing fat off the knowledge of our forebears. I know full well that there's decent foreigners out there who give as much as they get, yourself for one. But ultimately, what belongs to Ul'dah should stay in Ul'dah hands. Of course, the current guildmaster doesn't share our way of thinking, which is something I dare say we'll need to see about correcting before long. Might be his business is good, but 'tis better to be short-handed than to watch outsiders make off with our wealth. Deep Canyon. I don't know what to say to you, but I'm sorry that you do not like foreigners that much. It makes me cry. It makes me cry inside, but it's okay. But we were talking about you, Goof. You're proving yourself capable, and the concern will have more work for you in the coming days. Depend on it. Before I go, here's some free advice from me. Pay more attention to your gear. What you wear and wield affects how well you work. Even a decent pair of gloves can make a world of difference, take my word for it. These things cost money, 'tis true, but what's the price of a pair of gloves compared to the untold wealth that lies out there waiting to be dug up? Bugger all, that's what. And on that note, I'll be off. I don't doubt we'll meet again soon, assuming you stick with the trade long enough, that is. Certain gear grants bonuses to those things. A higher gathering rating increases your chances of obtaining an item. Greater perception raises the amount of items obtained, and an additional GP increases your extracting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye. Okay. Alright. We got all those things except this one, so I will grab that. Okay. And one last quest for the level 20. Ah, Goof, I hear you passed the Vice Foreman's test. Well done. Never doubted that you'd manage it, but I'm proud of you all the same. Tell me, did Deep Canyon have any words of advice for you by any chance? I see. In case you're wondering, the Vice Foreman used to be a miner himself, but more than that, he used to be my mentor. My father was a miner too, but he died in a cave-in when I was but a child. The guild's been as a home to me since, and its members my family. I grew up here, watching girls sing and dance on that very stage. I even joined them for a while. It seemed the best way to please my adoptive family. I didn't want to become a miner back then, you see. After what happened to my father, I could scarcely face the thought of spending a moment underground, never mind a lifetime. How did you end up here, Adelberta? Interesting. Not that the stage suited me much better. Which left what, exactly? Having been surrounded by miners for as long as I could remember, I began to wonder if I truly belonged among them. I even considered leaving. It was then that one of the guild's brightest and best took me by the hand and showed me the joys of mining. I speak, of course, of Deep Canyon. He taught me everything he knew, which was a great deal, and the more I learned of mining, the closer I felt to my father. I owe a lot to Deep Canyon, despite how things turned out. But I'm rambling. I meant only to tell you that the man knows what he's talking about, when it comes to mining at least. Now it's high time I taught you something. You are here to learn, after all. Concerns the Vice Foreman's advice to you. He speaks true. A miner who neglects his gear can't hope to work to his full potential. In the past, if you wanted to improve your gear, you had little choice but to replace it. But these days, we have materia. By your confused expression, I take it you're not familiar with the stuff. Well then, I reckon a lesson is in order. I am actually familiar with materia, Adelberta, but probably not in the way that you're gonna describe it. No, this looks like it. Simply put, materia is a kind of crystal that enhances the properties of equipment it's attached to. The attachment process is fairly simple, but that wasn't always the case. Time was you needed substance called catalysts, and digging this stuff up once formed a healthy part of a miner's workday. Now, even though no one needs catalysts anymore, there's still educational merit in the gathering. To that end, I want you to try your hand at mining a variety of it, namely grade 1 carbonized matter. 15 fragments ought to do it. You'll have the best luck searching around the Deneville checkpoint over in Middle Laodicea. Oh, and you'll most definitely need your sledgehammer. How goes your search for carbonized matter? Don't forget, it's 15 fragments I want. I got it. Aye, precisely 15 fragments of grade 1 carbonized matter. Well done, Goof. Now I expect you're keen to learn about materia. Well, the first thing I should tell you is that it's not been around for long, in Eorzea at least. Knowledge of its use only came to our shore a few years back. The process of enhancing equipment goes something like this. First you take well-worn gear and extract materia from it. Don't ask me how. You then take that materia and attach it to the item you want to enhance. It's this procedure known as melding that once required catalysts like the kind you brought me. I should mention at this point that the actual task of melding is something that only skilled disciples of the hand should attempt. That's weavers, goldsmiths, and so on. These people used to depend on us disciples of the land to supply them with catalysts. Then catalyst-free melding was discovered, and we lost not a small source of work. But that's just progress for you, and I try to be happy for it. Was this like a thing in like 2.0? Like, did we have to do all this back in the day? See, I don't remember how materia worked because I didn't play with it at all. I never like equipped it to my equipment. I only started using materia like in endgame in like Endwalker and Shadowbringers. And I will, once I get to the end game in Dawn Trail, I will also use materia, but that's like it. I don't I never used it beforehand. Like I didn't use it for Heavensward, Stormblood, or Realm Reborn. So I don't remember how it was actually done. Now there are various kinds of materia, each offering unique benefits. And as I'm sure you've guessed, some of them can be exceedingly useful to miners. It's these which I recommend you seek out. Once you found a materia you like, you just need to ask a friendly disciple of the hand to do the melting for you. I'm sure there's one among your acquaintances. I will become one. That's what will happen. Alright, so all of these are things... Ooh, plus 26. That's really good. Let's grab that. Perfect. Inventory. Whip. Okay. Okay. Alright. We've got all the stuff that we need. I'm gonna put this in the armory chest. And we can get rid of these pickaxe and sledgehammers. Alright, so that's that. For miner, we caught up with it. We're now level 22, I think that's what that number says. And then we're gonna go around and grab all the crafting and gathering classes now. So let's start here in Ul'dah. So we'll do Weaver. Oh, right, I have to do it here first. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the wellspring of Ul'dah fashion. From humble thread, our peerless artisans weave wonders, dreams, and fabric form. We are renowned as Eorzea's finest purveyors of quality textiles, and as her foremost arbiters of style. Needless to say, such renown was not won without effort. Ours is a tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also a highly rewarding one. It is little wonder that so many adventurers have set their hearts upon joining us. Might you be one of them? Yes. Ah, I thought as much. Then I'm sure you're eager to learn all about our illustrious history. As I'm sure you know, Thandalin can be a perilous place, its vast deserts being wont to punish the unprepared. While a menagerie of ferocious beasts stalk the sands, the greatest foe is, of course, the midday sun. And so, ever since man first set foot in this region, he has favored light, glowing fabrics that shield him from the sun's rays while allowing his skin to breathe. Of course, Uldans have ever been a people of taste, and demand for more extravagant designs spurred innovation, resulting in textile goods whose appeal extended far beyond our borders. Merchants had little trouble selling Ul'dah fabrics in foreign markets. So great was their reputation for beauty and quality. And when traders from those same markets sought to peddle their lesser products in Thandalin, well, gave us little cause for concern. Sunsilk tapestries is synonymous with the textile trade in Ul'dah, you see. Those who come here hoping to peddle cheap rags swiftly learn the price of doing business in our territory. Wiser men and women with an interest in our trade choose instead to join the guild, which the company generously operates for the betterment of Ul'dah society. We offer our members the tools and techniques needed to become successful, and should they prove themselves especially skilled, they may even be offered direct employment as Sunsilk weavers. Just imagine, adventurer, your designs could one day dictate the course of Ul'dah fashion. Unfortunately, that does not happen in-game. But there is a contest where you can design weapons and items and housing stuff. And if you win the contest, eventually Square Enix will create that item and put it in the game. So in a sense, it does happen, but you don't have to be a weaver for that to happen. You just, it's outside the game, this is the contest, you know. If you desire such fame and influence, then you might be granted a place with us, provided that you are willing to embrace hard work. To ensure candidates can endure the rigors of our profession, our guildmaster has taken it upon himself to evaluate each one personally. When you are ready to submit yourself to his rigorous scrutiny, say the word. I do. Are you ready to meet the guildmaster? First impressions are everything, and you do not want to present yourself poorly. I will accept. Excellent. Though I do wonder if your attire is appropriate for the occasion. You will find the esteemed Redolent Rose supervising guild operations over yonder. He is... how shall I put this? He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. So long as you demonstrate that you are similarly committed, he will treat you fairly and with respect. Alright. Let's go.
What do we have here? Another adventurer in search of thrills and excitement? Shall I dance you a merry jig? No? Well, if this fails to please you, I suggest you run along. Perhaps the women of the Ruby Road Exchange will be more to your liking. Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt. Weaving is an art, and, like all true artists, we must make sacrifices and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer?
I am prepared to suffer.
So you say, but only time will tell.
And let me say, some people are like really into the crafting system, but I do not find it very interesting. They've been changing it over the years in Final Fantasy XIV. So I haven't played since Endwalker, so I know that they changed it for Dawn Trail, so we'll see how it goes. But I've never found it very exciting. I guess I don't know how it compares to like other MMOs because this is my first real MMO and I haven't really played any other MMOs, so I don't have like a reference point. Though thinking about like other games that have crafting systems in it, yeah, I don't know. Like I'm thinking Animal Crossing, right? It's mainly you gather the items and then you just make it. There's no mini game or anything. Whereas in Final Fantasy XIV, there's a in quotes mini game. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle should suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good. Then hold it as you would when sewing and show me you're ready to begin.
Alright, time for me to get naked. Weaver unlocked. Let's go. Alright. Crafting log obtained. Wonderful. Where is the needle? That's a lot of pickaxes. No. It's not any of these. Oh, it's in my inventory. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm naked. Okay, hold up. Perfect. No, do not reassign. Make a new one. Okay, and set to hotbar. I don't think I will set it to the hotbar. I don't want to put the crafting classes on my hotbar because there's too many of them. My hotbar will fill up. I'd rather have my hotbar available for like the combat classes that I really enjoy. So yeah. All right, let's go.
Well, well, you look like you were born to hold one of those. Even so, I suggest you keep it somewhere safe, especially when clambering over haystacks, as I shan't be issuing you another. Now, you certainly look the part, but it remains to be seen if you can play it. I bid you craft me a spindle of hemp and yarn. Trifle task, yes? Well, I do hope you find it so. Should it seem even remotely testing, you have no future at this guild. To make hemp and yarn, you will require moko grass and lightning shards. The former can be purchased from our own dear Gigima. The latter you will have to find for yourself. That is all.
Alright. Crafting log. I know what a crafting log is. Okay, so I want to be self-sufficient. We are not buying any Moko grass. We're going to go get our own Moko grass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the crafting and gathering classes and then go hunting for all the stuff that we need to get. It will also mean I have to do some fighting, I think, because I think some of the items I'll need to get are from drops from monsters. So, we can do that with the rogue because I've got the mug ability now, which will increase the likelihood of a drop. So that's great. Good evening to you, adventurer, and welcome to the Goldsmiths Guild. Have you come to observe our artisans at work? Indeed, it is a marvel to watch goldsmiths transform raw metals and uncut gemstones into sparkling rings, earrings, and necklaces, some of which possess magical properties no less. You know, if you'd like to try your hand at goldsmithing, the guild is open to adventurers like yourself. No prior experience is required, for we teach all you need to know about the craft. Would you be interested? Yes, that was rather short. No, she does the history lesson after I accept. I forgot that's how it goes. It pleases me greatly to hear you say so. As the first step, I would have you understand the purpose of our guild. The vast mineral resources of Thanalin have given rise to a grand goldsmithing tradition, which has been refined throughout the ages. Our techniques are renowned across the realm, our creations held in the highest regard. However, we of Eshtame's lapidaries, the premier source of Ul'dan jewelry, were not content to rest on our laurels. Seeking to advance our craft, we turned our eyes to the east, the only place in the known world whose goldsmithing was said to rival our own. We built the finest facilities to beckon their masters hither, and blended their foreign techniques with ours. Our guild quickly became the center of Eorzean goldsmithing. Aye, here you shall benefit from the refined wisdom of countless veteran craftsmen. You will learn to see the potential in your materials and shape them to your will. These are essential skills, for a goldsmith must hone his eyes to identify and appraise all manner of materials and, when needs be, recognize imitations for what they are. It is even said that a master goldsmith can ascertain the authenticity of a man himself. You may one day come to possess such vision. But even the most magnificent jewel begins life as a rough-hewn stone. It must first be cut and polished before it can delight the eyes with its brilliance. If you would become a goldsmith, you must needs refine yourself as you would a gemstone. It will take much time and effort, and there is no guarantee of success. Should you be certain that this is the life you seek, speak to me once more. Before you can embark upon your journey to become a goldsmith, you must first seek an audience with our guildmaster. Are you ready to do so? Yes. You shall find Mistress Serendipity on the workshop floor, just down the steps. Show her your burning desire to learn, and you are certain to receive her permission to join. Alrighty. Lady Serendipity. Stop right there, you little troublemaker. People are working here. Oh, pardon me. I had you mistaken for a mammoth. For a moment there, let's start over, shall we? What brings you here today, adventurer? Do you perchance have aspirations to become a goldsmith? Yes. Really? That's great. Welcome, welcome. I'm Serendipity, but you can call me Sarah. Or is that too informal? Sorry, I'm still unaccustomed to this whole guildmaster business. Alright, what did you say your name was again? Adrian? Oh, right. Goof the Goofanader. Well then, Goof the Goofanader, work hard and one day your creations may line the shelves at Eshtame's Aesthetics. Trust in yourself and you can achieve anything. That was sufficiently inspiring, I trust. Good. Next order of business. Here is your new chaser hammer. Well, I say new, but it's actually a bit weathered. But never you mind that. Just show me that you know how to hold it so we can get started. Alright. Goldsmith unlocked. Let's go. Alright, time to get naked again. Oh, wait, no! I wouldn't get naked because this is the level 1 gear. Perfect, perfect. Alright. grab this quest. Great, let's get started. Though, to be honest, I'd swear you've done this before, the way you wear that hammer on your hip. Well, I have been using a pickaxe, which has a sledgehammer. Mind you, even if you do have some experience, a responsible guildmaster must ensure that her charges have a firm grasp of the fundamentals. Therefore, I command you to craft me a copper ingot. It's simple, really. All you need is copper ore and a wind shard. Our guild supplier, Aston can supply you with copper ore, and I gave you a few wind shards along with your hammer. At least I think I did. If it turns out you don't have any, you'll need to get some yourself. Isn't this exciting, Goof? Your first real challenge as a member of the Goldsmiths Guild. Show me the ingot when you're done. Good luck. I might actually have some ore with me. And by with me, I mean with my retainer. So let's hop on over to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, see if I have copper ore. Hopefully I didn't sell it all already. Is there copper ore in here? No. Is there copper ore in your inventory? No. No. Okay. Copper sand, which is not copper ore. All right. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to go. Hold up. I didn't check her inventory, but I don't think I put. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to go pick up copper ore at some point, but no biggie. We will finish off with the alchemist skills. He's got an eye patch. Is that an eye patch? Oh no, it's just like a monocle device. Ah, an adventurer, one of my favorite kinds of people. I find your unquenchable thirst for exploration neatly complements the burning hunger for sagacity that marks our dedicated members. Welcome to the Alchemist Guild. Though I hesitate to define alchemy in such narrow terms, our main field of expertise is the concoction of various potions and elixirs. There are salves to treat all manner of afflictions, not to mention miraculous libations that enhance the imbiber beyond her natural physical limits. Hold on a second. If my keyboard will work. Come on, keyboard. You can do it. There we go. There we go. As an adventurer, I am sure you can appreciate the eminently practical applications of our work. What say you, madame? Care to take up mortar and pestle and join our ranks? Sure, and now you can go into your history spiel. Wonderful. Now then, allow me to give you a brief history of the guild before we tackle the official paperwork. The alchemists are presently known as the quintessential brewers of potions. The profession itself arose from the desire to achieve an as yet unrealized ambition. The original driving purpose behind our art was, and perhaps still is, the discovery of a process that can transform base metals into gold or silver. And the mystical medium thought necessary to effect such a transformation is the Philosopher's Stone, which is itself believed to have Panacean properties and be capable of bestowing eternal life. No success yet eludes us. Years of endless experimentation towards this golden goal had the initially unintentional consequence of unearthing a wealth of knowledge in the field of alchemical medicine. Regretfully, alchemy's potential to enrich the lives of the masses was first met with a wave of distrust, as if our ability to create helpful compounds was akin to dabbling in back-alley witchcraft. The profession eventually gained credibility in Ul'dah through its integration into traditional medicine by Frondale's Frontistery, an institution known for producing respected physicians. Once the city's shift in perception became known, budding alchemists wishing to study without fear of persecution journeyed to Ul'dah from every corner of the realm. It was not long before this gathering of inquisitive minds banded together to form the Alchemist Guild. Thus, while our organization is intensely focused on perfecting and sharing the fruits of our research, it is also of paramount importance that we uphold the reputation of alchemy itself as a legitimate discipline. If you would revel in the secrets of our art, then you must be prepared to shoulder the responsibility I have described. Take a moment to dwell on these words before you truly enter the world of alchemy. It's interesting that they do their history spiel, and then they're like, hey, maybe you're not into this, and then we'll let you really decide. Like, I'm already committed though, you know? Like, why wouldn't I start the quest? There's like no detriment to getting the quest, really, right? Have you arrived at a decision? Are you ready to exult in the arts of alchemy and commit to the responsibilities that your enrollment entails? Excellent. Then allow me to direct you to our guildmaster. Gaining his approval is the last test you must pass before becoming a full member of the guild. You will find Guildmaster Severian tending to his experiments at his personal workbench. I must warn you, he is a rather intense individual. Pray, choose your words with care. All right. What? What is it this time? Ah, you must be the merchant's lackey, come to bring me my imp wings. Let's have them then. Hmm? Not a lackey. An aspiring alchemist, did you say? Speak up and pray that I heard you awry. I am an aspiring alchemist. Did that babbling fool Dietrich send you to me? I specifically requested that I be served for nothing less than the coming of a second calamity. Do I appear as a kindly mentor to you? My research demands my absolute and undivided attention. Now be gone before I am forced to. But wait. Perhaps I can. Yes, you may be the very assistant I require. I have had a change of heart. Congratulations, I approve your application to the guild. It is with great pleasure that I welcome a fellow seeker of knowledge into the fold. We can dispense with the interminable initiation ceremony, yes? Here is your first alembic. Try not to drop it, for there is much work to be done. Yes, much work. Alchemist unlocked. I will equip this and get that gear set going. Grab the first quest. Ah, I see you've managed to take hold of the alembic without injuring yourself. An auspicious beginning. Let us see if we can continue this trend of unexpected success. For your first lesson, I want you to use your weathered alembic there and make me a bottle of distilled water. Distilled water is simply the end result of purifying a murkier sample of life's most vital element. As such, it provides the perfect introduction to one of alchemy's most fundamental processes, taking a material and refining it into a purer form. To perform this rudimentary exercise, you shall require a pail of muddy water and a water shard. The impure water can be purchased from the supplier standing near the entrance to the guild. The name momentarily escapes me. Esmene? Yes, that was it. If it happens that you find this basic task beyond your abilities, then mayhap alchemy is not the discipline for you, which would be quite upsetting, as I detest the thought of having to select a new assistant. Try not to disappoint me. Alright. That is done. Now we're gonna head to the other cities to grab the other crafting and gathering classes. I didn't have to walk all the way over here, but actually, yeah, let's take the airships. That'll be cheaper. Let's do Gridania first. I think there's the woodworking guilds. Wood carver, wood something. They're like right here. Ooh. Free minions and orchestrion rolls to anyone who wants them? Yo, what? Leafy. Leafu. Hello. Hello. Give me the goods, Leafy. Oh. 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 Wow. Leafy, you got such good shit. I want the otter. Oh, oops. Leafy. Uh, Leafy! Leafy, please! Leafy! Thank you. Yes, I want to complete the trade. Oh my god, my keyboard. Please, please, keyboard, don't do this. Alright, full. I got my free otter. Honestly, a broader otter is very good. I'm gonna put that on. Done. Alright, so this is... Carpenters? Carpenter! That's what it would be. You know, not a woodworker, and carpenter would be the right term. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Carpenters Guild. We are the artisans who take wood and grant it new form and purpose as the archer's bow, the lancer's spear, and the novice's shield. If carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? Yes, now give me your history. Wonderful, wonderful. Now before we proceed, I think it only right that I acquaint you with our guild's storied past. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees of the Twelveswood. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworker's repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. First, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, the advent of watermills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regimes, all of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operation of watermills and promote cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention at this point that we owe much and more of our prosperity to the Great Loam Growery. Thanks to the hardworking botanists, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all of Eorzea. This confluence of ideal circumstances allows us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather long than I intended. That was actually shorter than some of the ones I've heard. It's not the shortest, but it was one of the shorter ones. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of our guild. We expect our members to drink deep of the collective wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and the techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than total commitment to the craft. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Would you like to learn more about the enrollment process? I sure would. Wonderful. I should mention at this point that Timbermaster Beaton assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you will need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timbermaster Beaton can be a harsh and unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could ask for no better tutor. He is, quite simply, the finest carpenter in Gridania. Of course, it will take you some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings, but you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. That said, when you meet him, I would advise you to choose your words carefully and, resist the urge to run away. What? What is this guy gonna do to me? I've forgotten what voice I've done for him, but it's fine. Another green adventurer come to play with saws. Well then, I suggest you first speak with the... Oh, you've met with Korg, have you? That is well, but know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me, true adventurer,
Have you a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? Yes. The look on your face bespeaks determination, or mayhap trapped wind. Still, you look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I give you leave to remain for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are a seedling, some potential perhaps, but no more like to thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, girl, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take this saw. It is old, yes, but sharp as needs be. Now prove to me that you are not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection.
You know, all these guys give you sass about equipping your new item. And it's like, if you're a newbie player, that's kind of discouraging because it's like, you don't know. You don't know how to do that. Or you might know, but it's not like you would have to figure it out, right? They don't really tell you how to do it.
Good. You have proven that you know how to grip a saw, but do not mistake it for a mere tool, for it is a part of you, of your arm. And can you put down part of your arm? No. Mark me then. If you do put it down, and worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use my own saw to demonstrate to you the pain of losing a limb. But I jest. One-armed carpenters are scarcely half as useful in my experience. In any case, merely holding a saw does not make you a carpenter, whatever some might think. You must become one with it, and learn to feel with it as you work the wood. To wit, you must first know the wood. Demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man Fariel by the entrance will furnish you with such logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool knows that fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To guard against decay, we use wind shards to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same.
Alright. Carpenter get, and then we will get some of the other ones here. Botanist is going to be one of them. Oh, I thought I turned on auto. Enable auto umbrella. Did I not? Alright. Botanist Guild. Oh, Leather Workers Guild. That's this one. I like how it's raining in the other area, but not raining here. Interesting.
Greetings and welcome to the Leather Workers Guild. Here we produce the finest leather goods, taking care to honor the lives which were sacrificed for their creation. Our leather armor is worn by the archers and lancers of this great nation, favored by all who prefer that their protection does not come at a cost to mobility. If you wish to place an order, I bid you visit Fenyiel Fineries. If, on the other hand, you have a mind to join our guild, I should be happy to assist you. Might you be interested in becoming a leather worker? Yes. Nothing would make me happier than to welcome a new initiate into our ranks. However, it is essential that you first understand the burden that every leather worker must bear. Here we go. History spiel, let's go. As you cannot have failed to notice, the Twelves Wood is blessed with an abundance of life, and we Gridanians have long hunted the forest creatures for both nourishment and clothing. But Gridania is unlike any other place. The elementals that watch over the Twelves Wood have never looked kindly on the taking of life, and those who flout their governance do so at their own peril. The elementals decreed that life not be taken without due necessity. So the Trappers League was formed to regulate the hunting of animals. The Leather Workers Guild was subsequently founded to manage the fair and equitable distribution of pelts. Nowadays, adventurers are a major supplier of pelts, and leather goods have become widespread, but in times past they were rare and precious. The Leather Workers Guild has not forgotten those times. We treat leather with no less respect than the living creatures whence it comes, and craft goods of the highest quality. In so doing, we honor the lives lost and minimize the need for further killing, an oft-forgotten benefit of our product's surpassing durability. Our guild is also the sole producer of the famous Fenyiel brand of leather goods, the pride of Gridania. These products represent the ultimate expression of our core tenets and the transcendent technique which shaped them. Know, though, that being a guild member does not automatically make you a Fenyiel artisan. You must earn the right to become one. For most of the leather workers here, having the fruit of their labors bear the Fenyiel brand is yet a distant dream. That is the life which awaits you, should you choose to walk our path. Success will not be handed to you, but I guarantee that you will have the opportunity to seize it. So if you wish to make a name for yourself, craft goods which are the envy of all, you have come to the right place. Speak to me once more if you wish to learn more about the enrollment process. I sure do. Have you decided to join the Leatherworkers Guild? Yes. Very well. I invite you to speak with Guildmaster Geva. She is a brilliant artisan, personally responsible for the creation of countless fenil products. You have doubtless heard her name before. The Guildmaster's patterns are uniformly elegant. With them, even novice craftsmen can cut their materials with minimal waste. It is for her to decide if you are fit to join us. She can be found in the work area within. Present yourself to her and do not waver in your determination. So you wish to become a leather worker? If you've spoken with Randall, then you've been told what it means to work with leather, the weight you must carry, the responsibility you must bear. Not just to the elementals, mind you, but also to the guild. Our craftsmanship is unrivaled, and each member is expected to live up to that reputation. Once you join, there is no turning back. If you dishonor us, I shall flay you myself and make a chocobo saddle from your hide. Whoa, lady. Whoa. Will you swear to uphold our traditions and be the best leather worker you can be? Yes. Very well. You may learn our craft within these walls, though you seem ill-equipped to do even that. I will give you a head knife to help you on your way, but the rest is up to you. Do not presume that your association with us means your work will bear the fenil name. Until you prove yourself worthy, you will not be permitted to so much as touch a fenil product, much less craft one. Now then, if we're to continue with your initiation, you'll need to put that knife in your hand first. Talk to me when you're ready to begin. Okie dokie. I will equip it. Leather worker unlocked. Well, you've passed the first test, gripping your knife by the handle and not the pointy end. Now it's time to see how well you can wield it. Make me a circle of leather. You'll need an animal skin to do so. Newcomers to our craft often imagine that they need to hunt in order to obtain their materials. But if you have the sense the gods gave a chocobo's arse, you realize that's hardly the case. Osgith, over by our receptionist, sells most of the items commonly used in our craft. However, she cannot supply you with earth shards. And that's it for my advice. The rest is up to you. Once you made the circle of leather, bring it here to be inspected. I can't say I have great expectations for your work. Just see to it you do not waste good skins. Now, away with you. It's interesting that she's like, oh, you can just buy it. I'm like, no. I'm gonna... How did I get out of here? I'm gonna hunt for my own animal skins. I'm gonna do all this hunting and gathering just so I can craft without spending any money other than the teleport cost, which is actually probably more expensive than just buying it from the store. You know, maybe I'm not smart. Maybe this is a bad idea. Where the hell is it? Hello there, and welcome to the Botanist Guild. What brings you here today? Interested in becoming a botanist, are you? Then you come to the right place. At our guild, you can study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. An enticing proposition, is it not? So what say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? Yes. Excellent. Now you're doubtless eager to dive headlong into the nearest shrubbery. But first, a brief explanation on the origins of the Botanist Guild. It will not be brief. Our guild boasts a long history. Its roots can be traced back some 500 years to when our nation was still in its infancy. It was around that time that a precursor organization to our own was established to facilitate communion with the elementals. But I suspect you're already confused, not being forest-born. Let me put it in a way that your kind would understand. The Twelves Wood doesn't belong to man, but almighty beings known as elementals. It is by their leave that we Gridanians dwell here in the forest, and it is by their leave that we receive of its bounty. Ever since mankind settled in the Twelveswood, it has been necessary for us to obtain the elementals' permission prior to taking aught from their domain. Historically, this was a rather involved process in that only a precious few could actually commune with them, specifically those conjurers blessed with the ability to hear the elementals, aptly known as hearers. In order to relay the elemental's will to the botanist in a more timely manner, excuse me, I'm kind of burping over here, but you don't hear it, but I'm having to deal with it. It's okay. It's okay. A new organization was formed with the hearer as its mouth and ears. This organization would eventually evolve to become the Botanist Guild. To this day, the guild employs the services of a hearer who offers guidance to our members. Yet, this is no longer our organization's sole concern. We also seek to promulgate correct harvesting practices, that is, practices which honor the wills of the elementals. And that, my friend, is the story of how our guild came to be. I trust you have a newfound appreciation for the work we do. Now, with all this talk of elementals and computing, mayhap you're wondering whether you're fit to join us. Well, you may cast such doubts aside. You don't need to have been raised as a good little forest-born girl to be a botanist, nor do you need to know the secret forest-born salute. I jest. You just need a healthy respect for nature and the will to learn. If you honestly believe you possess these things, it would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. Please wait a moment while I see to the formalities. Speak to me again when you're ready to begin the enrollment procedures. I would like to. Ready to enroll in the Botanist Guild, I take it? Yes. Music to my ears. It'll be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Fufucha. Our Guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only witness her uncanny knack for spotting the finest timber to see that hers is a truly God's-given talent. It is for this reason that she holds the title of First Botanist. Oh, but you need not be overawed, for she is the kindliest of souls. You will find the Guildmaster just outside this building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. I will do that. Hello, Fufucha. I would like to become a botanist. I'm Fufucha, the master of this guild. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I take it Liansol. Liansol? I never took French, so I don't know how to pronounce a lot of the names in this area. I'm gonna say it's Liansol. Liansol has given you an overview of botany already. Well then, I suppose I had better continue where you left off. No. Just give me the thing so I can botany. I don't need all of this information. All Gridanians may rightly claim to share a close relationship with nature, but none is so intimate as that of the botanist. It is our calling to nurture the natural environment to the mutual benefit of man and wood. But even as nature holds us in her loving embrace, providing for our every need, she is at heart an unsentimental creature, one that will take life just as readily as she gives it. Being a botanist means coming face to face with this uncomfortable truth on a regular basis. Knowing this, do you still wish to walk our path? Yes. The look in your eye bespeaks the passion in your heart. Very well, I bid you welcome to the Botanist Guild. To help you on your way, I present you with this hatchet. Take it up and then present yourself to me again. I would assign you your first task as a botanist of the guild. I will take it. Oh, right, it's in my inventory. Oh, I guess. Well, my equipment for my crafters is not correct. Because I think they're wearing the gathering clothes. Hold on. Yeah, that's a gathering shirt and not a crafting shirt. I will have to go buy some equipment for all my crafters after this. Yeah. Alright, let's grab this quest. I see you have your hatchet on you. Very good. Botanist's hatchet is his livelihood. Never forget this. If you fail to keep its blade clean and keen, your efforts will yield you naught but sweat and splinters. But let us see about your first task. Ah yes, to help you grasp the basics of botany, I would like you to gather 10 pots worth of latex. The forest yields to us many and more resources. It is the botanist's job to know what can be found and where. If it is latex you require, you would do well to search just outside the Blue Badger Gate or the Yellow Serpent Gate.
Seek out the mature trees that stand in those areas, and then put your hatchet to use. I wish you well. Botanists can use hatchets to gather trees. Hey, Pass! Hello, hello! I am doing crafting and gathering. I'm getting all the classes right now. How are you doing, Pass? Heading to bed, want to say hello? Oh, okay. Have a good sleep. Good night. I am going to take Yee. Yeah, yee indeed. Gonna take the airship so I spend less money on my way to Limsa. We'll go to the Bulwark Hall. Oh, we can get fishing. Ooh, fishing. There's a thing specific to fishing that's I really enjoy. Excuse me. You get on like a ocean ship boat, go off into the ocean, and then you just fish with a whole bunch of other people. It's really chill. And then there's like some events that happen where you can like really hardcore fish during that time and stuff. I like it. It makes fishing more fun, in my opinion. Compared to like botanist or miner, where it's just like you just press a button and then they just auto gather those things. There's no like mini game for it. Whereas like fishing is like you actually have to pay attention to what's going on. So there's a bit of a mini game portion to fishing, which is nice. Well, a well-wishing welcome to you, adventurer friend. You've worked your way to Fisherman's Bottom. When you want fish for just a day, you can call a culinarian, but we fishermen feast for life. I've set the bait. Think you're ready to bite? Yes. Hooray, hooray! Looks like we've got a live one! She's been doing puns this entire time. Let me walk you through the life of a fisherman in Limsa Lomitsa. Since we're surrounded by the seas, the fishing sites are a fisherman's delight. If you can't fish it here, you can't fish it anywhere. While some of us rope our fish in with rods and reels, others skim the seabed with nets for creepy crawly critters. You might say we cast a wide net. People prattle about our pullers just about everywhere in Limsa. And there's much more I haven't mentioned. We shepherd the ships, preside over the ports, manage the mongers, and all while making sure not to leave any adventurers out to sea. I'll wager you prefer to work alone, so we'll start you off with the rod and reel. Now you may not necessarily net the numbers net fishing yields, but pole fishing positively pulls prettier prizes. And that's the long and short of it. Wow, that was really short. That wasn't even a history lesson. When you're ready for another bite of bait, I'll reel you in before the guildmaster. I'd hate to hear you had a change of heart. You haven't, had you? Spoken truly like a true bespoke fisherwoman. Well then, it's time you met the guildmaster. But unfortuitously, unfortunately, and somewhat ironically, our nefarious netmaster is out fishing at the moment. This moment, and every moment, that is. So Sisipu tends to tend to tasks that require tending to, such as deciding whether you'll sink or swim with our guild. Sisipu's presiding over those pools whenever you decidedly decide to say hello. She might seem somewhat standoffish, but she's only keeping an eye out for sharks. Be yourself and you have nothing to worry about. What kind of sharks? Like people sharks or actual sharks? Because isn't this your own fishing pools? Yes, save your breath. I heard every word between you and Nemilika, so I know she told me you my role here. As she said, Wabalago's supposed to be guildmaster, But apparently he has bigger fish to fry, so all his work falls to me. That includes making sure our new fish aren't shellfish idiots or potential anemones. You passed the first test by not laughing at that awful joke. Now you only need the right answer to this question. Are you prepared to fish like you've never fished before? Yes. Well, you're smarter than the majority of bottom dwellers that find their way here. Welcome to the guild. Now, this wouldn't be much of a guild if we sent you out to sea with only a pole and a prayer, so I suppose I can spare you a few pearls of wisdom. Nevertheless, you're still going to need that pole and a prayer, so I can at least provide you with the former. Here you go. 1 out of 2 isn't bad. I'll even throw in these legworms, since you're not like to get far without bait. The rods we bestow upon our new fish are priceless objects, which is to say they don't cost anything. Once you know what you're doing, you'll probably want a proper one. But in the meantime, let's see if you can figure out how to hold your pole. Ready the one I gave you and your lessons can begin. Alrighty. Fish are unlocked. Let's go. Readying your line. The fish must first change. Nearest fishable, the icon for the cast action will glow. Determine a bait. Some bait can only be used in certain locations for landing certain types of fish. Want to purchase and always make sure you're okay. Got it. Oh, right. It's here. Got the fisher. You're looking quite formidable. Let's hope you don't scare all the fish away. Now the first rule of fishing is to hold on to your rod. Take care of your rod and your rod will take care of you. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you. Since you're new here, we're going to start small, and they don't come much smaller than anchovies. You'll find schools of anchovies swimming around outside in Galadian Bay, so you can catch your meager supper without even walking 10 yams. Anchovies are hardly the most cunning fish in the sea, making them an ideal first assignment. Simply bait a hook with some of those legworms I gave you, dip it in the water, and the fish will practically catch themselves. Alright, fishing log. Oh my gosh. Alright, we got the fish. And then we got the fish. Hold up. Is that it? Is it only fishermen and culinarian that are here? Oh, blacksmith and armorer. Where the hell are they? I think they're upstairs. But where upstairs? Oh, I see them. Okay, let's go to the aft castle. Alright, here we go. 2 in 1. Unless you're blind and deaf, I presume you've wandered into our forge of your own accord. Drawn by the siren song of our smithy's hammers, no doubt. In these here hollowed halls, Limsa's finest pound metal into all manner of tools and weapons. When I say Limsa's, I mean the whole bloody realms. Make no mistake, you need more than a big arm to join our ranks. If you've got iron in your veins and the builder's lessons, speak up. Yes. Heh, well you're not short in confidence. Do you truly know what you're getting yourself into here, lass? Ours is a trade born of blood and brine. For as long as pirates have sailed the Rotano, smithies have forged their weapons and fitted out their ships from keel to cannon. Of course, till sea swallows all ain't just an idle saying. Brine will eat through even the stoutest iron given time, and our forebears long struggled to forge more rust-resistant alloys. Lucky for us, the smithies of Elves were a determined bunch and clever too. So when they learned that the kobolds knew something of advanced metallurgy, the smithies set out to make it their own. Thanks to the kobolds' wisdom, which they generously gifted us with only the merest hint of pirately prompting, the means in smithing came on leaps and bounds. It wasn't long before the Gradanians and Old Dons started eyeing our knowledge like we did the kobolds, though. Oops, I accidentally switched. Wasn't long before the Groningen did, though. And so, some 150 odd years ago, two particularly forward thinking men named Thor Naldic and Bryce Fameli had the bright idea of establishing a respectable business. Being fair minded fellows, they'd sell their wares to anyone who had the coin, pirates and foreigners included. And when folks weren't inclined to pay, they made sure to remind them that we hadn't completely forsaken our pirate ways. Times have changed, though, and we're a wee bit more willing to share our wisdom these days. The company's been running the Blacksmiths and Armorers Guild for years now, welcoming any soul with the necessary talent and will to work. As to whether you've got enough of either, well, that's for the Forge Master to decide. Speak to me when you're ready to present yourself to him. Will do. So what'll it be? Reckon you've got what it takes to train with the best goddamn blacksmith in the realm? Ha! That's the spirit. If you'd taken any longer to decide, I have told you to bugger off no matter what you said. Can't have half our adventurers wasting Forge Master Brithel's precious time, see? He's got a lot of irons in the fire. That's why me and the other lads make a point of keeping idlers, imbeciles, and the otherwise unqualified from getting in his way. Any road, it's time you went and paid your respects to the man. He's the one over yonder making a face like he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. I will grab this one too. Sound of hammering bring you in from the street, did it, lass? It's well that you find the din inviting, for the Amorous Guilds is not the place for quiet reverie. The clangor of metal striking metal is music to your ears. May happy you have the spirit of a shipwright. Are you of a mind to join our guild? Take it from me, lass, there's no greater joy than working a shapeless lump of iron into a shining breastplate with your own hands. What say you, then? Yes. Well said, lass. Now, we should cover a bit of guild's history before forging ahead with formalities. This is it. Wait, no, this isn't quite it. We still have the Culinarian Guild. With the Culinarian Guild, it will be the last history lesson we'll have. Maybe. Probably not. There will probably still be more history lessons. Sad face. Very sad face. Do my eyes glaze over when we do these history lessons? Yes. Yes, they do. Do I wish my eyes didn't glaze over? Perhaps. But honestly, I do not need these history lessons. Square Enix, Yoshi P. The history lessons are not very interesting. They are for world building, I understand that. But I just want the job. I just want to be an armorer. Just give it to me. It's alright. Like, they could put the history as part of, like, the quests themselves rather than info dumping you at the beginning. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. The armorer's craft is an offshoot of the blacksmithing. Time was when armorers and smithies were one and the same. But as the years trickled by, the techniques for working sheet metal into armor plates became a specialized trade. The smithies who showed uncommon skill and passion for this trade earned themselves the title of armorer. Now, as you can probably imagine, the skills necessary for making armor are also needed for shipbuilding. Building ships is a bit harder than knocking out simple helms, which led these armorers who were good enough to work on boats to claim the title of shipwright. Of course, it was one thing calling armorers blacksmith and shipwrights armorers, there was quite another calling shipwrights blacksmith, because building a ship and making a hatchet couldn't be more different. It seemed as though a line needed drawing, and seeing as how Limsa Laminsa was built on the strength of her navy, you can imagine why the armorers chose to cut their ties with the smithies and establish a guild of their own. As for the smithies, well, the whole notion of an independent armorers guild never did sit well with them, and there's been a fair old rivalry between our two factions ever since. Always trying to outdo each other, we are. You're literally next door to them. Like, you share the same space. You're rivals? What kind of friendly rivals are you? That you would share the same workspace? Which is why we're ever on the lookout for new talent to help us keep the smithy bastards in their place. All you need to do is impress the Forge Master, and we can start you on your training. Be warned, Forge Master Hananza's tongue could strip the scales off a fish bag at 40 paces. Saying that, you won't find a fairer mistress this side of the Strait of Merlthor. Let me know when you've mustered the courage to speak with her, and I'll see to the rest. I will. Your mind is made up? You're ready to throw your lot in with us armorers? Yes. And it's time you made yourself known to the Forge Master. That's no empty title, by the way. Nanza's a renowned shipwright, and one of the finest crafters in Limsa Lamitsa. Head outside and you'll find her blistering the skins of our newest initiates. Okay. We have you. We have Hananza.
Another aspiring armorer, are you? Welcome. I am Hananza, Forge Master of this guild. I take it Guanako had explained to you the history and nature of our craft? Good. I have little to add on that front, save this. The life of an armorer is not an easy one. Day after day, you will pit flesh and blood against iron and flame, and without a passion for the forge, you will fail. The passion alone will not make an armorer of you. To truly master this craft, you must be possessed of a will as unyielding as the metals you work. Knowing what lies before you, have you the fortitude to persevere? Yes. Ha! I see you have no fear of hard work. That is well. Consider your request to join the guild approved. But if you ever give me aught less than your best, you will be out the door before you realize my boot has connected with your backside. Are we clear on that? Good. Now that we understand each other, let us begin with the basics. What is your name? Goof? Very well, Goof. This tool is called a doming hammer. Here, grip it firmly, note its weight. Let me know when you feel comfortable with it in your hand. I'll tell you if you're holding it properly. Alright, let's equip the hammer. Armor unlocked. That is not this one. Okay. Ah, yes. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were an armorer, Goof. Well, in my other account, that is my main crafter. Of course, I do know better. Till you craft something with that hammer of yours, you'll look like a babe with a rattle to me, and I've no intention of mothering you. Make no mistake, I mean to shape you into an artisan, however hard I have to pound. Save your sweat for the forge, lass. I don't expect you to fashion full suits of plate on your first day. Just pay close attention to my instructions, be diligent in your work, and the skill will come in due time. Now let's be about your first lesson, shall we? I want you to take up your hammer and make me a bronze ingot. A mundane task, I grant you, but one which every armorer must master. Bronze, you see, is the most basic material of the craft, and bronze ingots are its building blocks. It is not the strongest of alloys, of course, but it is that very quality that makes bronze so easy to shape, and the metal of choice for a novice armorer. To forge your ingot, you'll need to procure 2 chunks of copper ore, a chunk of tin ore, and an ice shard. The ore can be purchased from Somewib here at the guild. The ice shard you'll have to find on your own. Well, are you waiting for me to swing your arm for you? Maybe you would have me swing my boot. Okay, you I got. I will get you next. About time Randwolf sent me a new recruit. Ah, it's been too long. I'm Brithil, Forge Master of the Blacksmiths Guild. If you're aiming to become a smithy worth the name, it would be my great pleasure to educate you on the finer points of the craft. Oh, the rest of these sour-faced bastards will tell you it's hard and grueling work fit only for the best and brightest. But I say put a hammer in the hands of the willing and see what happens. What do you say then, lass? Will you swing a hammer for old Brithil? Yes. Ha ha! I knew I liked you the moment I set eyes on you. What did you say your name was again? Goof the Goofanader. A name fit for a hero if I ever heard one. In fact, I reckon I did hear it in a bard song once. Was it that poor sod cursing in his cups at the wench? Don't matter if it was saving the world or cut gold in your husband. 'Tis time to forge yourself a new reputation, pound out a new legend. And you can trust old Brithil to help you do it. There I go, putting the cart before the chocobo. Here, lass, take this cross-pane hammer. A smithy without a hammer is like me without a drink. Bloody useless. Well, don't just stand there gawping at her. Take her in your hands, have a few practice swings, whatever you fancy. She's all yours now. Ah, what I wouldn't give to be you right now, lass. A smithy who never forgets his first hammer. And, oh, we still have culinarian. I'm not quite done. Alright. I will probably, on my off time, get all the items and stuff for these quests, and then I will just spam run doing all the crafting and gathering quests. Now that there is a beautiful sight. Never forget, Smitty's hammer is her one true love. Friends will betray you, lovers will leave you, but your hammer will never do you no wrong. God, seeing you standing there reminds me of a less ale-sodden, more lady-shaped version of your younger self. More lady-shaped version. That's so funny. But on to your task. We ain't a congregation of soft-handed scholarlies here. Smitties learn by doing. Try your hand at making a bronze ingot. Any smitty worth her salt's got to master the fundamentals, and you can't get more fundamental than that. It ain't complicated. Bronze is just copper and tin melted down and mixed together. So you'll be needing... Aye, that's it! Copper and tin ore. And seeing as most folk don't carry stuff like that around with them without reason, Smithheimer outside can provide you with some. For a price, that is. What the lad can't sell you, though, is the fire shard you'll need. Aye, it ain't complicated, but that don't mean it's easy. You need to melt the metals, after all. And to do that, you need to get 'em hotter than a bomber's backside. And that's all there is to it. Think you can handle it, lass? I sure think so. How do I get out of here? Alright, Culinarian Guild, and then we did it. I will do the goldsmith one because I can get copper ore pretty quickly. So I'll show you how crafting works. Also, I need to learn how crafting works because I don't remember it really and all the different abilities you get. So, yeah. And I think when we do that, it'll probably be close to when I need to stop streaming, so. Here we go. Oh, why are you naked? Plot armor, huh? Plot armor. I see. You're not... You're naked because that's plot armor. Is it? Is that? Never mind. Maybe I'm crazy. I beg your pardons, good madam, but this is the Culinarians Guild. If you are here to dine at the Bismarck, one of our waiters will be along shortly to show you to your... Oh, you're not a patron? Might I assume then that you wish to become a culinarian? So, I wholeheartedly recommend you join the Culinarians Guild, where one may learn the culinary arts under the finest chefs in all the realm. What say you? So, there are one gatherer and one crafter that is like the odd one out from the rest of them. So the odd ones out is the fisher, and the culinarian, because they just don't really do the same thing. Culinarian, I think, still has the same crafting sets, but like almost always you do not need to rely on other crafters to make things for culinarian. But what you do have to rely on is on the fisher pretty heavily, and not heavily, but it's going to be the fisher and the botanist that are going to be your two main like suppliers for culinarian. Whereas like the other ones is kind of usually like a mix around of things, and it's like you're going to be some, maybe like weaver has to make something for the leather guilds or whatever, because it's like a mix of weaving and leather materials for an item or something. Like, it's culinarian's like the weird one out, and then the fisher is the weird one out. I will join. Wonderful. Then without further ado, I shall acquaint you with the history of our guild, and it will be the last one. It's the last one because I got all the jobs in a realm reborn. Though I don't remember if when we switch from a class to a job, the level 30 jobs, if they have a history lesson. I don't remember if we had history lessons. Well, it wasn't formalized in this way, I think. It's like part of the story. As you are doubtless aware, Limsa Lumisa has long been the gastronomic capital of Eorzea. The city's rich culinary tradition is the product of a unique combination of factors. The first is our proximity to the fertile lands and plentiful seas of Vilbrand, which have ever yielded bounteous produce. The second is our standing as the realm's foremost trading port, which grants us access not only to exotic ingredients from faraway shores, but also to foreign merchants versed in their use. We are, in short, the beneficiaries of culinary knowledge from every corner of the world. Until recently, knowledge of this kind was passed on solely through word of mouth, and was therefore susceptible to corruption and loss. But that all changed when one man made it his mission to catalog every recipe of note. Oh no, I do not want to try this name. His name was Admiral Golskiff,
Baldwinson, also known as Mass Cleaver. I hope you call him by Mass Cleaver for the rest of this history lesson. The man's love of fine cuisine was such that, at sea, he would regularly spend as much time preparing meals in the galley as giving commands on the bridge. It was none other than he who founded the Culinarians Guild and codified cooking methodology. Today, the guild carries on... You did not use this nickname. Today, the guild carries on Baldwinson's legacy, though the scope of our endeavors has expanded significantly. Not content with simply preserving existing recipes, we labor tirelessly to devise wholly novel culinary creations with which to delight the senses. To this end, our doors are open to folk from all walks of life, including adventurers such as your good self. One may liken our guild to a great pot of stew, and each member to an ingredient imparting a unique flavor. As with every dish, however, adding ingredients willy-nilly is certain to spoil the taste. Before you may take your place in the pot, you must be deemed a worthwhile addition to Guildmaster Linsgath, a man whose passion for cookery burns hotter than any oven. Before troubling him, I must warn you that ours is a truly sweltering kitchen. As such, you would be well advised to ask yourself, can I stand the heat? If you earnestly believe that you can, speak to me once more, and I shall be glad to guide you through the enrollment process. So, have you had that resolve to walk the path of the culinarian? Wonderful, then you must speak to Guildmaster Linsgath at once. This will come as no surprise, but he is the finest chef in Limsa Lominsa. His skill and dedication are second to none. You will find the Guildmaster up the stairs yonder, keeping a watchful eye on his charges. Impress upon him your desire to learn, and he will surely find a place for you in his stew, by which I mean the guild. Getting up the stairs.
Well met, adventurer. I take it you want to join our guild. Let's have a good look at you then. Ugh! What's an underfed whelp like you know about cooking? Judging by them scrawny arms of yours, you'd struggle to lift a spoon, never mind a skillet. I jest. It don't take muscle to be a culinarian. Hells, it don't even take talent, at least not on its own. No, lass, more than anything else, becoming a good cook boils down to passion. If you got that, there ain't nothing you can't achieve. So tell me, have you got it? I have the passion to become a culinarian. That's the spirit. Aye, your passion for the culinary arts is plain to see. And you'll be needing every bit of it if you want to become a master culinarian. Why, if mastery was a 12-course dinner, I'd hardly have finished the soup. Make no mistake, our trade's as tough as old mutton. Passion's the only thing what gets us through the gristly bits. Enough talk. What do you call yourself? Well then, Goof, welcome to the guild. To mark the occasion, I present you with your very own skillet. Ain't much to look at, but it'll be more in serve a novice like yourself. Now then, let's see whether you can tell which end's which. Aye. I know I said you'd struggle to lift a spoon, but you've won me over. Now show me you can hold a skillet, and I'll get you started on your first task. Alright. This will be the last one. And then we'll do the goldsmith. Oh, we could also do armor and blacksmith as well. Oh, I need to go buy equipment. I see you're holding the skillet the right way around. Good! Culinarian lives and dies by his utensils. Get that into your head before you do all else, or your food will look like shite and taste worse. Now let's see what you can do. For starters, I want you to make me maple syrup using your skillet. Recipe's as simple as they come. You need only two things. Maple sap and a fire shard. Jossie sells sap over at the guild counter. And time's wasting, so get to work. It don't pay to keep folk waiting in our trade. Alright. And with that, we've started all the quests for all the crafters and gatherers, except Miner, because I picked that one up earlier. Let's get going. So I'm gonna go to Old Daw because it's free for me. And we're gonna gather for the armor, the blacksmith, and the goldsmith. We're gonna get some mining stuff for them. So let's, I don't have a quick button for my journal. So bronze ingot. They both require bronze ingot. No.
yes. Okay, so I need copper, tin, and zinc, I think. Bronze ingots. Okay, come on, keyboard. Okay, bronze ingot, copper, and tin. And copper and tin, copper and tin, and copper. Okay, so I'm gonna go get copper and tin. Copper ore is found in Hammerly, right over there, and I think tin is like right next door. It's, yeah, it's like down the ways. Okay. All right, here we go. I also need muddy water, I think. Gathering point characteristics may increase over yield or number of gathering attempts. Directly mediate the points. I don't know what that means. It's fine. Okay, I got muddy water, which was needed, and then I need copper ore. I think I'll do one more batch of copper ore just in case. Okay, now let's go get tin, which is down a ways. Okay, tin. Alright, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna teleport back to Old DOS so we're safe for crafting. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so let's do goldsmith first. Goldsmith is copper ingots, so copper ingot. I have 3. Let's synthesize. Crafting, how do I do it? Similar to battle, various actions. Successfully crafting an item entails executing synthesis actions to achieve 100% progress before material generally reaches 0. Before progress has reached 100, the synthesis failed, so the materials may be lost. Incorrect will appear with a check mark. Okay, so I want the calculations. The calculations menu is very important. So we will just do a basic synthesis. Oh, thank God. Yeah, that leveled me all the way up to 3, actually. Wow, that was great. We could make some copper rings. let's make another one. Okay, and then how many do I need for copper rings? One more. Okay, copper ring. Uh-oh. Okay, we're okay. Okay, we can make... I need 2. Alright. Oh. Oh. I don't know. I don't think we should. I'm not geared enough for that, but, Ooh, I need more copper ore. Damn. I guess I needed to farm somewhere. We have 1 copper ingot, so that is enough to get us through to the first part of the Goldsmith Guild. It would be nice to do like a high quality ingot, but it's not necessary. Oh, did you forget what materials you need? My son over there can sell you copper ore, but I'm afraid he doesn't stock wind shards. Don't think too hard, Goof. Just give it a try and see what happens. You know, I think this is quite utter garbage. The worst. Not even fit for making a chamber pot. Quiet, Gigi. I'm the guildmaster. I get to decide what's fit for a chamber pot. Please excuse me. He gets a bit overzealous at times. Gigi is my assistant, but he has a habit of butting in with his opinions. Most movements are rather simple, capable of no more than rudimentary speech. They can be relied upon for menial tasks, but little else. Gigi, on the other hand, is quite intelligent, and quite stubborn, I might add. I suspect that's due to his age. He's been with the guild for an eternity, ever attending each guildmaster, but recently he's been coming and going as he pleases. Kneel before Gigi, the one true guildmaster. Respect my authority, ignorant mortal, or suffer my wrath. It's like this every day, Goof. I'm afraid the experience he's accumulated over a century of assisting guildmasters has made him arrogant. It's quite intimidating, really. I may be the guildmaster, but he's like a walking, talking archive of all knowledge to do with our craft. Oh, I completely forgot about your ingots. Sorry. So I was about to say, I think this is very, very good for a beginner. It's reasonably pure and well-formed. I dare say you've got a knack for this, Goof. What you need now is practice. I think if you do a high-quality one, they'll actually say some, like, really impressive stuff. I think. So keep practicing with your hammer and come back here when you've gotten more comfortable using it. Bugger off, greenhorn. Wow, Gigi. Wow. Dang. Alright. No, I can't look like that. Alright. I think... Oh. I can grab the next quest. I will not do that. I think with that, I'm gonna end the stream here. Off stream, I'm gonna be gathering all my stuff. I'm gonna get all the items that are needed for each quest, and then next time I stream Final Fantasy, I will go ahead and we will turn in all the quests. And then probably after that, because that's like a whole bunch of quests. It's like I think maybe what I'll do is I'll focus on a crafter or gatherer for like up until like level 15, and then we'll focus on the next one, and so on and so forth. Rather than going in around through all the crafters and gatherers like I did just today. Um, just because there's so many crafters and gatherers, so many classes, that it would be kind of a pain to do this every single time. I mean, I can always prep ahead of time and get all the items, so all I have to do is just talk to them. So maybe it probably actually wouldn't be that bad. I just would have to have my inventory full before doing a stream. So then we just go through all the quests and just do that. Um, Maybe I'll show off like more complicated crafting on stream at some point. But for the most part, it's just you do progress or you build up quality, and that's about it. Maybe when we get to a certain location in Heaven's Word, when something opens up for the crafting folk, if I get high level enough, there's some fun stuff with that I can show where it's actually like difficult, where I can't just like mindlessly press a few buttons and be done with it. So um, I might do some actual crafting and showing that off then. But for now, for crafting and gathering, it'll just be doing the quests, and I won't be doing any on stream unless like I really need something right in that moment. So all right, thank you all for joining. Bog Wobbler joined and was very supportive for me for the horror game. My sister Dre also showed up. Thank you, thank you. And for any others who showed up, thank you for joining. I hope you all have a good night.